Welcome back, guys, to Sensei and the Pupil. I am Sensei Paul here with Sensei Cray and Sensei Devin.
Hey, guys.
We're back. We're back in the incident of Kyoto.
Disturbance.
What? Disturbance?
Yeah.
So is it episode 10 or 9?
9.
See, I know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. We're still in the middle of the fight with Cho. He has one weapon. He whips it out. There are weapons like this, like whip-like swords. It's pretty cool. They're very dangerous, but apparently this guy knows how to use it.
What's it called?
It's one of...
Like, if you think about the sword, it doesn't really make sense.
It does not make sense at all.
Well, I mean...
It's called the Hakujin blade, by the way.
That's what I said.
Hakujin. Doesn't make any sense, dude. We can talk about it whenever you're ready.
The tip is weighted. What are you talking about?
So?
It control it with your wrist.
Dude, okay, so the dude's throwing it around like
You've
this,
never
right?
twirled a ribbon before?
Cool. It's all the way over there. But when he flicks his wrist, it's not coming back and
he's
ready
he's
to kill.
like whipping it. He's like...
But even if he whips it and the tip's all the way over there, it's not going to have the same force to come back and cut you.
So it's so crazy how you can like take the Dan at his word.
Dude, we're not talking about that.
Like, oh, there's a transformation. It just happens. Like, but you can't take what he's explained to you. He's like, I can control my wrist.
I like Kenshin because it's more realistic.
Accept it.
Okay, fine.
Accept it.
Fine.
All right.
We got a lot to talk about that if I'm just accepting so Kenshin.
Well, you have to.
Okay.
We accept your shit. Anyways.
It's not
the Dan. You're right. It's not. This is a better show. Nah, it's all right.
Ooh.
It's up there.
It's definitely...
It's up there. It's classic.
It's definitely a show.
It's definitely a show. Yeah.
It's classic.
Definitely a show.
So Cho is getting a few hits on Kenshin. He got him in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, Kenshin has no weapon. He just has a scabbard at this point.
True. And like a hilt, he's just like...
Yeah, that's all he has. That's all he has. But he's making do with it. He's dodging.
And I appreciated that.
That he's getting fucked up.
No, that like he's making do with what he had. Like even when he caught the sword in the hilt at that one moment.
Yeah, that was a cool little move.
I really appreciate his skills. I like him.
I mean, at this whole time also, the son of the blacksmith...
Having a midlife crisis?
Yeah, I mean, he's still like trying to come to terms with his dad being kind of the reason of this whole thing, basically, other than Kenshin.
Oh. And his son's hanging there about to die. And he's like,
it's for his sword.
Should I save him? And then the people next to him are like, how dare you just go save your kid whenever he's fighting? Like, what? That's the whole point.
My granddaughter is my life too, but...
That's the whole yeah. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Whatever. But I mean, it's his kid, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Is it my kid or this fucking bum wandering around with the sword?
Right.
So, he's having that little, crisis in his heart, but he ends up realizing, which is obvious, hey, this guy's fighting for my son. Like, this guy's putting his life on the line for me, and I've never even given him anything. Oh, wait, but I still can. I give him my dad's sword, which... That should have been obvious. Oh, God. That should have been obvious from the get-go.
What? That it was the sword is supposed to be?
Well, we're not.
I'm going to talk, yeah.
Woo, boy. I mean...
Woo, boy.
So, anyways, it kind of makes sense, and I'll explain why when you get to it. He ends up kind of interrupting during the fight, and Cho gets angry. But, of course, Kenshin's just a G. He's defending everybody. He ends up getting his dad's sword and realizing, my dad wanted, peace. I also want peace, and if he believes in my son, I'm going to believe in him.
Did you mention... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
I was like, did you mention how he just ran past his own son hanging there?
Yeah, he did.
Just ran, I'll be back for you. Just ran right past him.
I mean, bro, if he would have went for him, what would have happened? The guy would have killed him.
Yeah, true.
So he went for the sword, gave it to Kenshin, and Kenshin's like, just standing there with a blank look on his face, and of course the grandpa knows why, because like if this is a real blade, he can't draw it because it'll break his oath. Which is still stupid. It's like, dude, you could use the other end of the sword.
Yeah, right? Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Just turn it around.
Yeah,
there's your Sakabuto. You have a Sakabuto right there.
Right, but it's kind of good thing he didn't.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
It's a good thing he didn't. Good thing he didn't, because he does end up using the sword whenever Cho was pretty much like, you know what? I'm going to make you draw it. I'm going to kill this shining beacon of hope that you have. Sorry, I'm using the Texas accent.
You have to use the Texas accent.
Because I'm thinking Old English. But yeah, he ends up trying to kill the kid. And Kenshin's like, because he's, going to sacrifice
easily the best animated moment of the season.
When it hits him in the forehead?
Well, just like of him charging through the whip blade and it's like spinning around and it comes back.
Oh, he's like, shh.
Yeah, that was sick. That was pretty...
I mean...
It's a cool little 30-second moment.
He's got dodge, bro. He spams that circle button.
He's fast. He's definitely Okaroon. He wishes.
So, he ends up, using the sword, and everybody's like, "Oh crap, he just killed somebody." That's what they all think. Even Kenshin kind of pauses for a moment, and his eyes tell, "Oh, I'm kind of in Batosai mode right now."
Looks kind of like broken.
Yeah, I mean, he broke his vow, he thinks. But it turns out this blade is another Katetsu?
Sakabata.
Sakabato. The second one of a set that the blacksmith made.
Whoa,
See,
coincidence.
Okay, you're saying coincidence, and Devin, I don't know if you agree with him or not. That's just, it happens to be a reverse blade sword.
I mean, like, it's kind of ass pulley.
Super ass pulley, dude.
Yeah.
Super ass pulley.
Hey, I can understand my powers when I just got them a second ago.
Your last, and I said it was ass pull. Your last sword you ever make was the sword that Kenshin needs, and it also had to be a legendary sword that you're never gonna unsheath. If it was a Sakamoto, why would you never need to unsheath it? Okay, if you're not gonna unsheath the sword, it's definitely supposed to be a cool ass blade that fights, not a Sakamoto.
Yeah, and so if it's supposed to be like this cool ass blade. We just talk about it. Well, yeah, exactly. Why would you never unsheath it in the first place?
If it's not that, yeah,
like because nobody would want it.
It's basically a training sword.
That was for the gods, remember?
Oh god,
he made two. He gave one to Kenshin, and he made that second one and said, "This one's superior. Obviously, I'm going to give it to the gods." That's what they explained that later on.
A superior training sword is crazy.
A superior blade that he made. Remember, he gave it to him. He gave it to him for that intention. He's like, "Oh, it was a failure, but really, it's not a failure."
Speaking of, what's the point of a Sakamoto? Why doesn't he just carry like an iron rod on a hilt with no blade at all? Because there's a blade on it, so he can just go like this. Anytime he wants, he can turn it and then be the freaking Hitokiri if he wants to.
True.
So then, why not just use a regular blade if you're going to be that guy? That's not curved like this.
Well, you can still cut stuff.
There's a lot of holes I'm poking.
There's
it's
not.
Way worse than Dan.
It's really not.
No, dude, you ever try to like swing some like iron around, just like some rod? I'm sure your sword is like totally different. Actually,
I don't know.
It cuts through air and stuff. You know,
some of those moves that he does on people, like when he hits them with the blunt side of the blade with his actual blade, bro. I see lines. I'm like, dude, how does he not die by that? He just crushed his windpipe.
Probably hurts. Like a mofo.
He should be dead right now.
And with enough force, like. His sword should probably at least still go through.
Yeah, a little bit. Like he should definitely leave a
fucking gash,
like a dent.
So he ends up, defeating Cho, and also discovering his new reverse blade sword. And you have a little memory of when the blacksmith first gave it to him, and said, "Oh, if this one fails you, if it ever breaks, living your crazy foolish lifestyle, come back to Kyoto, and I'll come see me
on my dying deathbed." Sorry.
Well, he didn't say that, but he said, "Come back to Kyoto." But he planned it all. The blacksmith knew, like, hey, my son's gonna give it to him. He's gonna know. And also, he kind of redeemed himself in the eyes of his son because he's like, oh, well, actually, my dad wanted to change because he gave you that sword for a reason.
I just think them hyping it up as this legendary sword was what got me. That's the thing. It's like I can't really.
It's so much. It's not even so much legendary. It's just the fact that was the master sword that he made.
Yeah, but why is Sakamoto?
Because he makes two of them.
I don't think you get my question. Like this guy's a master blacksmith.
Uh-huh.
Why make your last weapon a training sword?
Dude, because he realized his mistakes in making all these killing machines.
Okay, Paul.
Technically, it's not his last one. It's just the last one that he has. That's still his father's. Because how can it be his last one if he made one already and gave it to Kenshin way back when, 9 whatever years ago?
I thought that he realized like
that was probably the last one.
That was like he didn't like making all these killing swords, and he realized that he was already too deep into it, so he had to keep making these killing swords, but really he wanted to make the non-killing swords.
I wish they just killed himself. I wish they would just kill themselves instead of going through this self-journey that sounds so dumb. Just kill yourself. If you want to regret the decisions you made, don't live with it. Just kill yourself.
Half the anime that you like.
I'm just talking shit about it. Cool.
Okay, so anyways, going forward, Cho's not dead, and he regains consciousness and lets Kenshin know, you know what, I see why my boss wants to defeat you. You're going to be a problem to our plans.
I see why my boss wants to beat you.
But just so you know, I'm only at sword 10.
Yeah, there's Sojiro stronger.
He did, yeah, he did say that.
Mr. Ryuku.
Like, you're never going to win the way you are now, which is what Saito told him.
They be saying that, but like they don't know. What the fuck?
I don't know.
They don't know.
I don't know. But that's the theme you're gonna see, past and present. Like you'll see that again and again, especially coming up, because he's gonna be remembering his old days as a Batosai.
Oh God, we can do this with every sword.
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he's only gonna have trouble with the top 3 swords, right? If he has trouble with a lot of them, I'm gonna be kind of mad, because he's supposed to be Shishio level technically. So why is he?
No, he's not Shishio level.
Okay, that's
Saito
crazy.
told him that. He's like, dude, there's no way, as you are now.
Niggas be saying a lot about what they think you are, and it's ticking me off.
But did you know?
You're never gonna beat him, dude. I beat you, Saito.
But no, he didn't beat him at all. Actually, it was technically a draw, because the old man stopped it before he died.
Man.
If you remember, Kenshin was getting fucked up. He got a stab wound. He got stabbed twice. Anyways, that was the end of Cho. He got captured.
Packaging blade.
And Saito's coming. Everybody else is coming. Kenshin won. He has a new blade now. He needs a new hilt. And I'll say this. Kenshin got taught this style. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. That's been sensing the pupil.
Find my master.
New Kenshin episode. We'll be back for the next one. We're out.